Welcome back, everybody. DestinysJesus here. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out speed training for a week and seeing how much improvement I actually get out of doing it. So first things first, what is speed training before we get into this progression? Speed training is where you lower your sensitivity by half. This means that you have to move your arm and your wrist around a lot more to complete all of the build pieces and complete edits as well. This means that when you go back to your higher sensitivity, you're going to be moving around a lot quicker, you're going to be more efficient with your mouse movement, and of course, you're going to be a lot more speedy about piecing people up. So in my case, I play on 9.2%, so I'm just going to go ahead and lower it down to 4.6. Make sure to use arrow keys if you want to try out this training yourself. As you can see here, go down to 4.6, and now whenever I move around, it's going to be exactly half my speed. Alright, for day one, this is basically the absolute base. I haven't done any edit maps or anything like that in a while, guys. So as you can see here, it's not the best. I will say though, the one thing that I learned just from day one is it's really important that you learn obviously the sort of routine that you're doing on each map, as well as you make sure you're in the correct position with your character model. Whenever you do speed training, it's not just about making your arm go faster, it's about making sure you understand where you have to be in the box to complete the edit as efficiently as possible. Builds up really good habits for making sure you do good peaks as well, because of course you can't be too close to a wall, otherwise you have a very difficult time of editing it. And also it's very important that your movement around editing is very important. And also another thing I learned on the first day was the fact that your movement around editing has to be really efficient. You can't just be moving into a peak, it's just going to mess you up. And as you can see here, I'm basically doing the wrong thing pretty much all of these maps. I haven't learned them just yet. Along with doing the speed training on these edit maps, you also need to go ahead and make sure you do some type of aim training on your regular sense. And on day two, I noticed a drastic improvement is how good I was at one-pumping people. Especially when you do speed training, you get used to flicking your mouse around a lot and also doing that on a higher sense. So doing something like 200 pump on a lower sense is really good for getting your click timing as well as your crossfoot placement on point. Alright, so on day three, I was still continuing with this routine and I was making sure I was doing the speed training followed by some aim training, and I noticed I was a lot more confident in my fighting in game. I felt like I could one pump anybody, I can get myself out of a bad situation easier because I was able to rebox and get backwards ramps and things like that a lot quicker. And I will say, I got my highest points ever in this FNCS out of all 3 weeks just from being a little bit more confident in game.
Right, beautiful piece right there, DJ. Beautiful piece. Oh my god.
Alright, so as we go into day 4 here, I will actually say I felt like I was moving at this point. I'd got in the flow of things. I've been doing this every single day for an hour or so during my warm-up, and then I was playing some in-game stuff as well afterwards, and I actually felt like I was moving when it came to doing all these edit courses and just being a lot quicker. I was no longer pausing for each edit and trying to get my mouse in the correct position. Everything was flowing, and I definitely noticed an overall improvement in my just regular sense mechanics as well, just from doing this speed training.
How do you miss a shot with aim assist?
Oh my, I'm pacing, boys! Alright, by day 5, this is where I was noticing the fact that I wasn't just getting better in terms of speed, but my aim was so much more consistent. Because you're getting used to doing sort of large flicks and controlling your mouse and not being too over flicky or under flicky, you have to do basically the perfect amount on a lower sense, and then going into doing 200 pump, I noticed my in-game pump aim was absolutely crazy on these days. I was consistently lining up maxes, I was taking more time on my shots, and also my mechanics had obviously improved a lot, which helped piecing people up in arena and things like that. Alright, we are finally done. We've done 7 days straight of doing this. This is day 8, and this is the first day I'm not actually going to be doing the training style with. I'm still going to do 200 pump and do some 1v1s to warm up, but I'm just going to get straight into some solo arena after some 1v1 clips for you guys and see how much improvement we've actually got just from a week of doing this training.
Right, our mythic pistol's back in the game. Didn't know that. Forecast, there we go. Did you guys just hear that, by the way? Mythic pistol's back.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's good.
Our mythic pistol was
I
broken.
don't know why they do these changes for brands. That's actually so
it's still right. Never gonna take it though. That's like I've plumbed.
WQ games. Like cash cup and shit.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, we need to count these zones. There's one that, yeah, mate, mythic pulse rifle with with first assault like that is gonna.
Oh, I'm piecing right now, boys. Imagine how good and skillful the game would be if it was like that. Boys, I'm piecing right now. Oh, yeah. Double window is actually quite good.